Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here with Lena, the unbroken thread. Well, let's jump right into it. Come meet me in the Ocular, and I will unlock the door within. All right, we wanted to go to that cabinet. Let's go there. Righty, we're in front of the Ocular. Mrs. Laura, the captain said to expect you. Let's head in. Or I mean, it's like a secret room or whatever. I don't know. I forgot.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Oh. It's memory time.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Graha-tia, then? By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Cid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Cid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on.
I do be like that.
The Warrior of Light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the Light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to hunt down emet-selch. I mean to rescue the Exarch. I mean to have a few words with both Emmet and the Exarch. I mean... I guess talk to I don't know. I mean, one means the other, no?
Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Going underwater again. But, so that means graha-tia is from the future? I'm not sure. I mean, apparently it's from the future. Oh, whatever. We will see. Probably. Did you find the answers you sought? If there is nothing more you need, I will go and lock the door. In some directions, I have questions about the Tempest. I don't know. I mean, does she even know about it? The Tempest, that is the name given to the seas by which Calusia is bound. If you make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with an armor to fly you over to the waters, but... Nothing but? We need to go to the Tempest. You mean to leave this right this moment alone? Yes. I'm not sure that... Nay, I will not seek to stop you Go with the blessings of the shadow, and I shall await your safe return. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Alrighty, we're here with the aspiring Amaro tamer. You require an Amaro. Just a moment, then I shall saddle our swiftest beast to fly you to the island, open water, to the depths of the Tempest. Our Amaro can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor. Yes, I can do that. Uh-oh. I better go fast, man.
Ah, we have found thee.
Oh. Hello, friends.
Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Forgive you, let's go. I'm a danger to those around me. Oh my god.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
What did he do? Just, you know, go with a plan. It would save the world.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again.
And that's why we need to do something now. Not just sit around.
Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Exactly.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Yeah, but she's making things worse with that shit.
Of course I know only too well.
I mean, shouldn't we do the one thing that we know might do something instead of just being blindly
But making promises
walking
you
around?
have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple.
Exactly. I like it, Alice. Don't make promises that you can't keep. Like, just don't promise anything if you don't know for sure that's gonna happen.
We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in her way now. Not after failing her in her hour of need. No, the least we can do is...
Support me. Let's go. Like Reen said, it's not gonna hold forever.
We
Let's
will go
go.
with you as well.
Let's go then.
There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Let's go then.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue.
Let's go then.
Lead and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
I repeat, let's go then. Someone want to talk about it more?
Are we all in agreement then?
Yes, let's go then. Oh my god.
Is there aught we can do to help?
Oh my god. Aren't we kinda in a hurry or something?
We may not know the whole story. We do know you're in for a fight.
Yeah, let's go
And
then.
while the Exarch's away,
it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
No, it's fine. I can just go.
You told them?
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went out to meet you, 'twas clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Then I'm just imagining how he's like skipping, you know, to pick me up. Oh man, I will never get the picture out of my head.
Me too! That's right!
Here, here!
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless.
We're kind of in a hurry.
So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
Let me go. That would be very helpful.
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Oh, please give me an impatient option. Defend the Crystarium until we return. Leave it to us. We'll see the Exarch home safe and sound. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Man, I guess just defend the Crystarium? But do they really need me to tell them? Damn, they're actually brain dead. What the hell? Wouldn't they have done that anyways? Like, protect their homes? I hope no one had to tell them that. So I hope they got that idea themselves, that they should maybe protect their home. Oh my god. Thou didst plan to commandeer an Amaro for thy journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive down onto emet-selch's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during the convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss the step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closes above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. Oh my god, can we finally go? To storm-tossed seas. Okay, that sounds like we can finally go. Then affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there, nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me onto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west, all will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Okay, I guess we can't go yet. Damn, if I just went by myself, I could have already left. Well, okay, let's go. Alrighty, we made it here. There to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? Yes? That foliage-covered mass hitteth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge deep beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine in-depth strokes. Let's go then. I'm sorry, but this is an animal, is it not? And that thing says 2 curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Like... I'm sorry, but that's an animal. Okay, let me go. Okay, so... This island is sus as hell. It's pretty, but it's also very sus. But what hast thou discerned? I've discerned that it's an ordinary island. It reminds me of a certain primal. It's just like the big one. Yes, yes. Yeah, it reminds me of Bismarck. Or no? Most perceptive. According to the lore of the pixies, we are even now perched upon the back of an ancient fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Hell yeah, I still got it. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale, revered by the Vanuatu of the source. I would enlist its aid to bear us onto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere. A line can form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the Ruby Sea. Oh my god, reading this stuff is such a pain. Within its compass, we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now, I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication. Okay, let's do it. Man, I would be already there if I just went by myself. Please, don't let me read that stuff out. Give me some voice acting.
Wirsa.
Yes.
Bilan Bismail.
Lo imida sawin mirane.
Okay, that's a deep voice.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alinal.
Van urs atslir. Olfothim. Iri guath.
That's what we intend to do. Tell him.
Dear, I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
Tell him that we want to bring Night back. And if I know what to do. I know what to do, just tell him that we're gonna make it night again.
Oh, my snee yak! You've learned to call me at last!
Mm-hmm.
And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakum. Van reed rithje.
Ahai una. Sahawin whisk. Isne rim. Sur vierlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Vanin nar sitar. Dir sitagnai.
gonna be like, what the hell?
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Man, just you wait for the flying whale.
What the? Do you see that?
But yeah, the ladder was cool, right?
What a monster! Where did it even come from? Whoa there! It's not stopping.
Run!
Run!
You might have just killed people with that. Just casual tsunami. Okay, bye. Thank you. Very kind of you. Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The Tempest's floor is laid bare.
Wait, that's just because
in
of Bismarck.
In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Wait, that's the last area in Shadowbringers, no? Wait, so all of this is just because of Bismarck? Like, otherwise this would still be the ocean, like, we would be underwater. That's insane, man. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. It is here that we shall find the lair of emet-selch, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee onto the rift, and I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize. Even the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower, and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. I mean, yeah. That's pretty sick, though. In the event that you leave the area, speak with Will at Venmont Yards in Colusia to return to the Tempest. No. Let me find the place where I can leave, right, please? Waiting in the depths. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt emet-selch will be sitting around out in the open. I propose you follow the slope down and towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. Okay, let's go. Righty, we found someone here. Looks like a Sahagin to me. Why are you scared? Okay. Okay, that looks like a village. It is a village. Let's see where that dude went. But, whoa, that Aephorite looks so cool. What the hell? To be honest, I don't remember much about the Tempest. Just that it was like kinda underwatery, but not much. Yeah, isn't that kind of bad for them? I mean, they usually think here is water. The Findus ones, they followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? I mean, yeah, not gonna lie, that's kind of uncool. I mean, imagine also all the fish and stuff that were just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not gonna survive. Also, this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray, forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct the most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? Well... But... I mean, actually, like, that would be kinda cool and kinda bad if like, you couldn't really travel to the Tempest anymore and everything would be underwater as soon as you are done with all this stuff here. I mean, it would also kinda suck, but story-wise, it would be cool. The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you're the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you're not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? I guess you can't. Would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. I would suggest we just act the part. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be emet-selch's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return. We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Dora, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo. The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? The chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. Displaying our all too dramatic arrival have thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Asians then first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We'll make allies of the Ondo, let's do what we do best. I'll do what I can, I suppose. I mean, why don't we just say we are? Like, you know? Like, emissaries of the ancient or whatever. Then it is settled. Should I pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Well, okay, let's go help some people out. Apparently I have to ask Elfino first for first permission. You won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is Powers Oan, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. Yay! I waited and you did not come, then the Mistle came, but his visits did not continue. I'm truly sorry, Powers Oan. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps, where the dry return, a cavern to the north, is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle, close behind, snipping and sapping with their claws. There are too many of them, too many. I believe I can be of assistance there. Okay, bye, Elfino. What if you if you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me indeed. I should appreciate the company where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Okay, let's help him. Alrighty, we did the job. I just had to fight some things. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. Yeah. I didn't see Elfino, by the way. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Persuan, this was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well, before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Yeah, what's up with those buildings, man? Strange buildings there weren't. Long had they stood under the water, yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the Tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided. The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Well, sounds like us, so we should just say we're emissaries of the ancients. It would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Parsoan, and we'll continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. Nice. We should return to the task at hand. Only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Nice. Oh my god. Alrighty. So, we're gonna end this episode here. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you'd like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye!